Welcome back fellow mobile gaming fanatics, I'm MyTyme, this is Top Drives, and you have just seen the rewards I got from the ZR1 qualifiers, as well as that great exhibition, wet weather, slalom, whatever event was called. So ceramic and the carbon fibre, while nothing jumps out, has been amazing from those packs, still more fusion material, was happy to get it. So to kick off this video, we're going to address something that I mentioned in the last video, and that was asking you guys, should I keep this Lotus Exige S, an 80 RQ legendary car? And to be honest, you've all been pretty much split down the middle. It's hard to read the comments and feel that people are siding one way or the other. Now, I do see both sides of the argument, okay? And depending on my mood of the day, I'm either leaning more towards one or the other. Now, I understand why you should keep it. It is a legendary and I am grateful to get it, okay? Regardless of whether I think it's a good legendary or not, I am grateful to get it. Now, I should keep it in case in the future it gets nerfed, and by that I mean it drops down to be an epic car. And if it dropped down to 79 or 78 RQ, it would then take 15 ultra rares rather than 15 epics to max it out, making it a far more viable car, but it would be a lot easier to get its max potential out of. Conversely, it could get buffed. There's nothing to say it isn't improved. The handling's improved a little bit, top speed maybe tweaked, the weight or something of it, and it jumps up to maybe an 82 RQ car. And then you may say, guess what, it's just as good or maybe slightly better than some of its epic or legendary counterparts, making it more viable to upgrade. However, the other side of it is, if you're not going to use it, there's 275,000 cash here that I could be spending on, 8 ceramics and getting potentially something that I will use, or fuse material. Also, if you compare it to the Speedster, now there's only one RQ difference in these two cars, okay, so bear that in mind, so they should be pretty similar. The Speedster's maxed out 233, okay. Now I have seen a Lotus Exige S at 2.3, 2.3, 3.3, so one grade out of being maxed out, and I'm imagining they put it in the weight, and it was 3.2, 0 to 60 and 97 handling. So it's going to be very similar to the Speedster. The handling's probably going to be the same. 0 to 60 is going to be slightly less, but the Speedster's going to still have a better top speed, still have better MRA, and it's going to be very similar to the Lotus in the other aspects, with the exception being the Speedster's a lot cheaper and a lot easier to upgrade, whereas the Exige isn't. I can't justify putting 15 epics into the Exige for it to be about as good as a Speedster. I'd just prefer to just keep the Speedster, to be honest with you. That is the problem with this. Now, yes, Review Central made a comment about the Elite Exige, so I said it was very similar to the Elite Sprint. It's just got better 0 to 60, better mid-range. But the Elite Sprint at 49 RQ is a great car because it's a lot easier to invest in. It gives you more value. You're using rares, which are a lot easier to come by, and a lot less cash, so it's an RQ saving car and everything as well, which makes it a very good car to keep and upgrade. For 80 RQ and using 15 epics, I just can't see that Lotus as being a valuable asset. So for me, I'm going to be honest, I'm leaning more towards selling it in the near future than keeping it. But I'm not going to be selling it today. I just can't see myself keeping it as it currently stands. But anyway, just looking at the packs, is there anything worth getting with your cash at the moment? Well, the Vauxhall Carbon Fibre, there's a Vauxhall event going on. This is a trash pack. I won't go into the ins and outs of it. There's one legendary in Vauxhall, which you can get from the packs, and it's worth getting. It's the Cadet. It's an off-roader. There's one epic, which is a trash, I can't remember what it's called, VXR Unlimited, I don't know, something. It's trash anyway. So, if you get an epic, you're guaranteed a trash car. If you get a legendary, okay, you're guaranteed a half decent car. Specialist, because it's off-road, but still half decent car. And for its ultra rares, there's a couple of half decent ones, but I don't think you should be opening carbon fibre packs chasing ultra rares. You really want to try and get an epic or a legendary, and if you get an epic from this pack, you're going to be disappointed, so I'd avoid it. Now with a carbon fibre ×3, to me, it's not a big enough discount, Hutch. There's no desire for me to come in and just dump a load of coins in to get these carbon fibres. It's not enough of a discount. Same thing, triple ceramic, it's free for the price of 2, $9.99. Okay, so we're getting a carbon fibre pack. Do that on this carbon fibre pack. Yeah, I'll do that, 3 for 2. Yeah, cool. I'll smash out the old CC and get a couple of packs. On the ceramic, no, you can go and farm daily events, normal events, you can farm club events, get enough cash easily to open the ceramics. Here, okay, this is the one pack that some people will be tempted to buy, and of all the packs on offer at the moment, it's the one that makes the most sense. It's the same price as a regular carbon fibre USA pack, but you're getting free slots. And for some people, slots will be important, they'll need the slots, so this would be worth getting. And also the American events going on at the moment, so you may get something useful to help you in those. So there's one pack there at the moment which could tempt people, and I wouldn't blame people for buying. Now with the actual events, I'm not doing great in the Chevrolet. It's only ceramic packs up for grabs, so I'm not too worried about that. I've stupidly gone and worked on a couple of my Opel and Vauxhall cars for ceramic packs, which is why I've now stopped. Not that the cars are bad, it's just there's only 190 RQ. I can't use all my good cars. I'm working on the Corsa Super anyway. This is the Ultra I'm working on at the moment. Just got nothing to do with this event. I was never using it. I want to max out one car at a time to make sure I actually finish them. I started working on a Cascader, for example. This isn't a bad car, okay? It's got medium ground clearance and standard tyres, good for the rain and stuff. It's not maxed out, but just there's no need for me to do it now. Why am I doing it for this event? And there's other ones down here. I started working on the Cadet, and yeah, just farm this event if I'm even going to play it. You see, I've not played that much recently. The only event I would say recommend people investing in is obviously the prelims, because you've got carbon fibre packs up for grabs if you can get in the top 10. And then maybe even if it gets you in the top 50, you get a ceramic pack. So I could understand people thinking, yeah, well, it's only a little bit of investment, I can guarantee a top 50. Then cool, you can get the Cadillac SRX and a ceramic pack. For me though, then I'm miles off the pace here, do not have the team, so I'm not really playing the event. I should have been farming these events, but what I did farm a little bit to show you guys is the daily event. And what I want to do, I want to show you how to get into that elite farming club. If you remember in my last video, I said there's a little door, it leads you upstairs where they're sipping Cristal like it's water. How do you get up there? Well, it's by farming in a different way, okay? And I'm going to show you on this event here, the daily event. Now, I would have liked to have been able to show you a better example. Unfortunately, I haven't played the game as much recently, so I didn't get myself in the best position to do so. But I can still show you here, okay? So you can see I'm near the bottom. Now, this was not the team that I put out originally. Originally, I went to my German cars, I came in and I threw out just some common cars, okay? 5 common cars. Just quit the match, drop myself to the bottom of the table. Now you can do all 5 matches, or you can wait till you do it 4 times if you drop down, and then use your 5th match to put out a team like I've done. Oops, excuse me. But let's just say, for simplicity, use your first 5 tickets and you just throw away with the worst cars you can find. Then when your tickets refresh, you come in and you pick a team like this, okay? And you're going to say, MyTyme, why are you not picking your best cars? Look at the kind of German cars you've got available. The idea here is I want to pick a team that can beat the cars I put out to farm originally, but I'm not strong enough that people playing the event will have trouble beating me, okay? So this team now is going to be weak enough to get beaten by anyone with a half decent team, but strong enough to beat anyone who's just doing the farming method of 5 times I put out my weak team, 5 times I put out my strongest team, okay? I can beat all the weak teams. So I'll come in and show you what I mean. The idea here is I can beat this team from Andre Marson, for example. I can beat John Rawlings' team because I've got a slightly better team overall. Now he's got 13,000 trophies. I think it's safe to assume that these all maxed out aren't his best German cars. He's trying to use a similar tactic to me. Now that would be my interpretation of his hand. Then someone like Stipp, for example, who's probably farming to begin with and now is putting his best cars, he will still annihilate my team. So he will knock me down. I come in, farm off John, farm off Andre. As soon as I move back up, I come into his radar, he smashes me. Robert Bourne then comes and smashes me. You know, these people all smash my team, and then okay, here we go, someone else who's also like, I can find somebody else who I can beat and knock me back down. 39,000 trophies. I'm pretty sure if he's got the Moby Dick, he's got the better cars than the Volkswagens to go with it. So that's what I do. I come out, I play my match. I'm getting 3 stars, okay? I'm getting 3 stars for this. I'll just do it very quickly. Doesn't really matter too much because I win regardless. So I'll get 3 stars here. I'll get to clear the board with all 5 tickets if I play with this team against these kind of people. I don't have to waste 5 tickets moving myself further down the rankings, if that makes sense. When the other method, for 10 matches, you're farming with 5, so you're throwing 5 away to make yourself down near the bottom of the rankings, then you're using your best team 5 times to get 3 stars and move back up. This way, after that first initial pushing myself down the bottom, every single ticket I use I should be getting 3 stars for, because as I beat these weak teams and move up the rankings, I'm still going to be so weak that anyone with a half decent team can smash me to pieces. Okay, so they will keep suppressing me and keep me down near the bottom while I'm waiting for my tickets to refresh, and then as they refresh again, I'll be able to come out, play these people, lose, and play these people and win, and then have the same process again. As I'm not at the computer or not on the game on my phone or whatever, hopefully I'll have enough people play against me, they're going to knock me back down, then I can just use my tickets to 3-star every time. If I have a strong team in, obviously I can't be guaranteed that people are going to, with a decent team, are going to see me and fight me. I want people to look at me and say, yeah, he's got a rubbish team, I can beat him easily. This is why you see these people with 50,000 trophies, with uncommons and rares, and you think, well, they can't be your best cars. Why wouldn't they just go in and throw in uncommon cards if they wanted to farm? There's a reason, okay? This is the reason. I hope you can understand that. It doesn't always work, okay? Sometimes you're going to be in an event where people maybe have forgot and they've left their team, so they've left a farming team out and then they've changed into their best team and they've given up with the event. Or you might be in an event where not many other people are trying to farm, so it can sometimes backfire. And it doesn't always work out like that, but if it does work, it's a great way. You can guarantee yourself pretty much on most of your tickets 3 stars the whole way. The odd time you might have to sacrifice and go against someone because of your range of opponents who you can't beat. Play a top player, get them, knock you down, then your next ticket you're back in with somebody who you can beat. So great tip that, guys. Okay, that is the way to farm, especially events like daily. Then what you can do, come into the last few hours, you can just put in your main team, push yourself up and try to get towards whatever ranking you want to get to. Now the last thing I'm going to mention today is just a little bit about the silver screen. Okay, Hutch have come out and done a video with regards to this. It's about just under half hour long, answering some questions and stuff for the silver screen. I'm just going to go over the few things that they mentioned. First of all was about how difficult it was and an issue with getting the 177. Now they took away the requirements for getting the 177 last time at the end because there was a bug, and anyone who knows coding, I don't know coding, but I've heard can be very difficult. 1 semicolon in the wrong place can cause issues, and they just couldn't find a fix for it, so they removed it. So fair enough, their excuses. We took the requirements in the end for the 177 away, so people could use any cars, because round 21 was quite difficult and round 22, so they only got past that. They could try and get the 177. They thought it was the fairest thing to do. They then addressed also how difficult the challenge was. Now the challenge, the silver screen challenge, obviously went on for a week or so, whatever it was, a week. They wanted people to farm the events that came in with the challenge. Remember that getting the Jaguar events, that was meant to be your farming. The actual challenge itself, which is why the tickets refresh slower than usual, wasn't meant to be the farming part. They gave a lot of extra events, they said, so people could farm their cash, their gold, their resources, and get the prizes through the extra events that were coming out. And the challenge was there to supplement it with the special prizes. Now they then come out and said, people said this challenge was too hard. The Bulldog was around here. Now the Bulldog is an ultra rare prize. Before the Bulldog you got a guaranteed super rare if you could do it. It was the Firebird, which is a prize car, a drag specialist. So they were giving away that for most people. Pretty much everyone could get that. They then gave the ultra rare, which was meant to be the equivalent of you completing this weekly challenge. So the weekly challenge, they reckon 2/3 of players get to the end and complete it and get ceramic pack. So you do have a chance for legendary and an epic and an ultra rare from the ceramic pack. Majority of the time, obviously, it's a super rare. So they tried to make getting the bulldog about the same, fractionally harder than getting a ceramic in the weekly challenge. That was the aim, because you're not guaranteed an ultra rare in the ceramic pack, but you were if you got here. They then addressed the GT40 and the 177 Aston Martin and the difficulties of getting those by analysing the data of how many people got it and comparing it to a normal event. So they said if you were in the finals of the ZR1, and obviously I can't click on the finals to show you just yet, so I'll click on the prelims to give you an idea. But if you're clicking here, tier 1 would be rank 1 to 10, you would get your prize car. Tier 2 would be whatever it is, 11 to 40, and you'd get an epic car. Now in the past, they said that the GT40 was, and it was, you know, they're not lying, it was a prize car. There was like a tri-series event for the GT40, so it was the top prize for an event. People were able to get this in this event, and they said 4 times as many people got this as they would have done if it was a prize, if it was like the car in second tier car in a tri-series. They then went on and said that the 1.7, again same stat, 4 times as many people got this car as they would do if it was a tri-series event, and the top 1 to 10 players, or the top 10 players in every 500 bracket, which is 2%, which can get this a prize car, usually 8% basically got this car. So it was like opening up to the top 40 and the GT40 to the top 160 respectively. So from their perspective, more people have got these cars than they would do in an original tri-series, which is kind of what they wanted to do, but they didn't want to make it so easy that everyone gets it. And I kind of understand that. I do understand where they come from. I know I got them, so it's maybe not fair to say, but they did say the challenge was meant to be difficult. It was meant to be more difficult than the weekly challenge because they were offering far better prizes in here, and they were offering more events. I actually enjoyed the silver challenge, to be honest with you. I thought it was quite good. Yes, it had a few things that could be ironed out, but it was decent. I mean, they've talked about redoing them again, something very similar, and I'd like to see that. I really would. Some people commented on the fact of the events being overfilled, and they've addressed that. They've come and said some events are overfilling because they've tried to remove the late joining aspect of it, so people don't just late join events, have empty lobbies and get the cars. Instead, after a specific time, no new lobbies are created. People are then added on to existing servers or lobbies that are open, and then they have to fight their way towards the top, then obviously making it more difficult because they'll have less time to do it. So it's to try and reduce the number of people that used to take advantage of that late joining tactic. Now I'm looking forward to more releases from Hutch. They are releasing now apparently more patches as well, so you don't have to wait when there's an issue. They will try and, rather than waiting for a big patch to fix loads of things, they'll do more frequent smaller patches, fixing things, tweaking things, etc. So we should see more updates on a frequent basis. That doesn't mean they're always going to include new cars and stuff. And you know, they have said they want to run something like the silver screen series again, which I personally am looking forward to. I enjoyed the silver screen, I enjoyed the change, I enjoyed the challenge, I enjoyed the cars. Yes, I was able to get it, but you got to remember they did also say that, apologies to go back on myself, but if you were trying to get a prize car in a tri-series event, you're going to be up against other people, and even if you invest all your resources into a car, you may still get knocked out of the top 10. Okay, you're not guaranteed the top 10. You could use all your resources in these cars to try and get the top 10 and still not make it. Whereas with the challenge that they did, once you got a certain stage and invested in certain cars to enable you to get the prize car you were after, you were guaranteed it. Yeah, nobody could take it away from you. So by being able to invest in certain cars and max them out, if you use your resources in those cars, you were able to get the prize cars. That was what they were going for. And to be fair, it does make sense that that is true. I'm sure a lot of us have been floating around a top 10 or something, top 40 in an event, and you get knocked out at the end and you've used a lot of resources on the cars and you feel pretty disheartened. At least with the silver screen event, you were guaranteed the car if you invested in those specific cars. Whether you wanted to invest in them or not was up to players, and obviously if you didn't have them or you couldn't get them, it was up to you whether you wanted to spend your resources trying to get them. But I did enjoy it. Now hopefully next time they tweak it a bit and it comes out with something new and something a little bit different. But it's good to see that each month they want to put something else out for us to do rather than the regular grind. So let's open a couple of ceramic packs. Oh, okay, decent start. 2 ceramics. Open a couple of ceramic packs because I have a little bit of cash saved up. I've got nothing in particular to work on at the moment. So the good news is I can just start focusing on my garage again. Just focus on those cars that I think are going to be useful. So anything good from these packs, lovely, perfect. Cadillac Escalade, already have one, so if it is useful in the final, I have one. That's a great pack. Happy to get another ultra rare. That can go into what? I actually can't think of what epic I'm working on at the moment. Oh yes, yes I do. I'm finishing off my Jaguar, aren't I? Yes. There we go, Chevrolet Camaro, and finally, last but not least, one more pack. Let's see if we can get one more ultra rare. Yeah, so for me, it's gonna probably be a pretty it's probably going to be a pretty underwhelming ZR1 final. Now, just to close this off, I will show you what I have almost finished. My Jaguar, where are you? XJR. Some people may say, why have you decided to upgrade? I have finished it. It is finished now. There we go. They might say, why have you decided to upgrade this car? And on a closing note, guys, if you're going to specialise in something, and I'm wanted to specialise in Great Exhibition, there are some cars which are going to be viable and some which aren't. This car becomes viable because it has medium ground clearance and it is a pretty decent car for speed. It's got great top speed, good 0 to 60. The handling may not be amazing, but it's medium ground clearance. When you're looking at Great Exhibition, you've got Lotuses, you've got McLarens, you've got Aston Martins. They're all low ground clearance. There aren't that many medium ground clearance cars for city streets, etc. You've got to look really towards Land Rovers, which aren't designed for that, or the Bentleys. So for me, that is a car worth working on. For other players, if you're not specialising in Great Exhibition cars, then I can understand you're not working on it. But for me, it's a key car to have done up if you are. Anyway, I've been MyTyme. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to let me know in the comment section below if you need a little bit more information on that farming system I said, or if you don't quite understand it. As I said, it will help you get more bang for your buck from your tickets if you employ it. And until then, I'm going to get ready for work. I'll see you lovely people later. Thank you as ever. Take care.